I was talking with Jordan just about winning a state championship, and I know as coaches, as players, everybody wants to do that. Did it live up to everything that you thought it would be?
The answer is yes. As somebody who's grown up in Powell and the entire community and been chasing, that same state title for a long time, it was unbelievable to watch the community support, to watch the number of former players that reached out, and we're just so proud that Powell finally had that state championship banner to be able to put up. And so to watch all the support and everything that came through with it, it was unbelievable to watch these young men. And I don't think these young men truly grasp what they did last year. Mm-hmm. It'll probably be a 10-year reunion or a 20-year reunion before they figure those things out. But at the same time, to watch those young people be able to go through those moments, to be able to watch them have that celebration after the game was something you'll never forget.
How do you push them in terms of letting that not go, but putting that on the back burner? It's time to go to work for another one. How did y'all move on from that mentally?
And as soon as we got to January, we started sending that message of turning the page. But for us as coaches, we can deliver the message all we want. These guys that have been in the battles, whether you're talking about Faust or Potts or Green or Redmond or some of those big guys up front, they've done a tremendous job. They know what's ahead of them, and they've done a great job of getting these young sophomores or juniors that are now going to have to play very big roles. They've got them on page of working so that we give ourselves a chance to be back in that situation again. And so I put a lot more of it on them, and their leadership has certainly done a great job this offseason of refocusing this team to come back and try and make another run.
This time a year ago, we were talking about Jaden Collins being overlooked and underrated. And even though J.J. Faust has played for 3 years and done unbelievable things for you guys, I feel like sometimes he's in the shadows. And what have you seen out of him this offseason where he can he's already had a great season, but maybe get a little shine for himself?
The great thing about him is what we've seen this offseason is what we've seen out of him for 3 years. He's going to show up and do everything he can to work harder than everybody else in the room. And that's what's made him so great. He's always been the elbow, as I say it, of our defense. He's what makes the back end and the front end work. And so he's that hybrid type player that's half linebacker, half safety, and can play on either side of it. And, he's the only guy on our team that is literally going to go into his senior year starting every game on both sides of the ball for the last 3 years. And so, he's so much of the voice. I give a lot of guys a hard time, but he's kind of that alpha in our locker room. He's always that guy that everybody's going to listen to because he's been so good for so long that they know that when he speaks, when he tells them, hey, it's time to flip the switch, it's time to get serious, it's time to work, the rest of them are going to follow.
So he'll still be involved offensively this year?
He'll still be involved with everything we can possibly get him involved with.
As you've seen Jordan Potts develop as a quarterback, you haven't played the position. Where is he now in terms of where he needs to be ready for college?
So much of what he's doing right now that I've seen as that next step is he's influencing the defense. He knows where he's trying to get the ball, and now he's trying to influence the defense to make them move off of their spots so that he knows what's coming behind it so that he can try and, put that ball in there in some of those spots. Yeah, every now and then he's still got to be wrangled back in to say, hey, sometimes it's okay just to hit the check down and we pick up 8 yards. But, he's so gifted. He's so talented. He does such a great job of extending plays, being able to read what's happening on the defensive side, and being able to put the ball in such small windows and being able to make plays with his feet just to give himself a chance to make that next big throw.